Hey guys, what's up? I'm back at you with another video. Probably my last Christmas in July video for now, but this one just kind of popped into me for just a few minutes ago. When I tried to film my review of this, the Eddy and Christmas video game, which I probably will do tomorrow. Just yesterday on Cartoon Network, about from 10 till 7, I believe, or maybe 5:30. Cartoon Network did a Christmas in July marathon where they showed a whole bunch of holiday-related videos of their television shows, episodes related to Christmas or just Christmas movies that they air on the last Sunday of July. Although it rather seemed to make more sense if they did it on a Saturday. But yesterday the Eddy and Christmas special was on, and I thought I'd go ahead and do that. The official title is Eddy and Jingle, Jingle, Jangle. The episode came out in late 2004, and during, I think, kind of as a premiere for season 5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just go ahead and kind of do a run through for you guys. Basically what happens is, it's the holidays in the cul-de-sac. It actually takes place on Christmas Eve, and, Eddie's parents decide to go out without him for some weird reason. And Eddy decides to take this opportunity as a chance to try to find his parents' Christmas stash and see what he's getting. He searches from top to bottom. He checks his parents' room, he checks the closets, then he goes to the attic and finds a loose floorboard, and apparently he decides to open them up and then see what he's getting and repack them so that way he'll be surprised. Apparently he gets a bunch of clothes and he's really annoyed by it, that he always gets clothes for Christmas. Anyway, he was carrying a flashlight with him, and he ends up sending us. Apparently, it bounces off a mirror and bounces up into the sky, where, while the cankers are popping Christmas crackers and getting those little paper crowns, so I don't know if any of that actually exists, but if they do, I'd love to get some. They see the star, and I think it's kind of like the Star of David, and kind of has a reference to that, where they go out in the snow to try to figure out where it leads to. And the robes they wear and the crowns they wear kind of reminds of the three kings who travel afar to see the birth of baby Jesus. If you guys read the Bible or have read the stories about Christmas, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, at Ed's part of the town, he's basically trying to get his house completely prepped for Christmas. Drawing a whole bunch of photos all up in his room, moving the Christmas tree to his room. He even takes the chimney, pulls it out, and takes it clear to his room, and puts it in place. And he makes some gravy cakes and milk, little photos for his wallet, assuming he carries one, and a little place for him to sit, until he's brutally interrupted by his little sister Sarah, who's trying to get some shut-eye, who tells him to hang her stocking under, or she'll stuff him in the Christmas tree. And apparently he gets a visit from Double D, who he thinks is Santa, and he just decides to bring him a poinsettia before he has to be home for dinner. And apparently he just tries to get involved with it, but then Eddy tries just to pop in and just try to be a little bit annoying. He just starts complaining about it because he thinks that parents are supposed to buy everything you want at the holidays. So he decides to put himself up for adoption so he could cash in on his friends' other Christmas payloads. And he goes to quite a few people, and he comes close, but mostly fails on several occasions. Whereas Ed and Double D try to snap him out of it, and get him to find some goodwill in him. His first stop, he tries to find someone in the cul-de-sac who's extremely stupid and will believe anything he says. So he goes to Johnny, who apparently has his own Christmas traditions where he brings winter inside, which is something that I was kind of surprised by, where everything in this house is made of ice, let alone snow. And he's also given himself and Plank nicknames, Jack Frost and Mr. Snowflake, which was kind of funny. So anyway, he finds the presents and he asks to get him a toothpick so that way he could spend all night cracking them open. But says he's given a trash can lid and is sent down a big slide, which would make a nice roller coaster. And it's kicked out by Johnny for cashing on his Christmas payload. He then tries Rolf, who apparently does not believe in Christmas. Apparently, to him, Christmas is just celebrating one of his old relatives, Yeshmayak, who apparently lives at the Earth's core and must be honored every year. Or if you don't do what she says, she'll throw you in the pot to boil. Ignore the phone. Anyway, Eddy just finds him incredibly boring and just leaves. And then he goes to, then Ed and Double D try to knock some more sense into him by trying to disguise himself as a guy and an angel. And they actually, almost convinced me, but then he tries one more thing. He pretty much just knocks Double D out and takes his cardboard wings off his costume and uses them for himself. Pretty much one of his, he kind of involves a scam with a scam. He hits Jimmy next. If I'm out of order, feel free to let me know. But, he pretends he's a Christmas angel and says that every year he goes to one kid's house every year and cashes in their holiday joys. Apparently, Jimmy doesn't believe in giving gifts. Apparently, his idea of Christmas gifts is his wonderful cooking. And honestly, for a kid his age, who's pretty accident-prone, he is a pretty darn good cook. And he pretty much makes an entire... Sorry if I keep doing that. That's the reason by all those pauses in my past videos. He decides to make an entire Christmas village made completely out of gingerbread. And while he's gone, Eddie decides to... Since it looks so good, he decides to eat it all. And apparently Sarah comes over and kicks him out. So in desperate attempts, he also goes to another person, who apparently has also been pretty good to him. He decides to go to Naz, who, almost lets him in on it. She lets him in. She says, she'll give him some comfort and find him a present or two, but apparently, she gets into the mistletoe, and he spits it out all over her and is brutally kicked out. So, hintity, hint, hint. So in his final attempt, he goes to Kevin, who apparently is not really wouldn't really be my last choice. But before I get to him, apparently the cankers keep on getting closer and finding a bunch of items related to whatever Ed they're interested in. May finds a moldy sandwich, which I think appeared in the episode Old Ed Blue, or Little Ed Blue. I think that was it. Marie finds some sausage links and some pennies, and Lee finds a fur coat, so they get closer. And then Kevin just tries to put his way through bribery, saying that he needs a present for the ransom. And apparently, Kevin does give him one, but it's apparently just his fist in a box, which he punches him and knocks him out. So feeling alone and depressed, he goes around sulking, and then he finds that there's a Christmas tree in the park, or the playground, without a light bulb in it. And he remembers Ed putting a light bulb in his pocket when he was at his house. So just from one act of kindness, he goes up and he replaces the light bulbs, and then he's kind of showered with a gift of kindness. And then all the kids come in and see it, and then apparently Santa flies by and drops the entire sack of gifts. And apparently, something you should know, he's the only adult to currently make appearance in Ed and Eddy, other than, I mean, we've seen Ed and Eddie's parents' arms in some cases, and even silhouettes, but not really, you know, physical stuff. Like actual physical appearance. So anyway, he finds that there's presents for everyone in there, and he decides to cash in on all of them. With Double D's outrageous quote, with Eddie taking St. Nicholas's holiday pastilles. The presents, Ed! Eddie's taking the presents! Santa's presents! Pretty much. And apparently he thinks that all the gifts are his because he brought goodwill from his heart. But apparently Ed and Eddie try to talk him out of it. And apparently he ended up losing the sack altogether, and it goes back to the neighborhood. And apparently they end up in a scenario where when they crash, they're ending up kind of like the day that Jesus was born. Eddie's in the manger. Eddie resembles one of the people who were there, and Double D's robe is kind of caught onto a nail by the back of his robe as an angel. And the cankers come in, and they treat him with Christmas kisses all around. And they put a wreath outside that says, "Do not open till next Christmas." And pretty much that's how it ends. It was actually pretty enjoyable. I do not know when it's going to be on again. It was on yesterday at 3 or 5 o'clock on Cartoon Network for the Christmas in July marathon, but probably you're going to have to wait till December. You can try looking it up like on here on YouTube if you can. You can try looking there, but other than that, you're probably going to have to wait till the holidays. But I guess that's really about it. Later, guys. I'm out of here.